Good morning, my loves. So I'm gonna open this up with a fashion vlog. I don't know, whatever. Y'all want to know what I'm wearing. So I woke up this morning and I was really sore. So when I am sore, I intentionally put this shirt on because it's from the Junior USA's. It's where I placed second. So though I should be proud of that, it reminds me that I was one place away from my pro card, which freaking sucks, and it's a feeling that I never want to feel again. So it's really effing motivating for that. But also, just to know that like I'm not entitled to anything. Like just because I got second doesn't mean I'm automatically gonna get my pro card the next time I step on stage. And everyone else that's working for their pro card is sore too. So we put our big girl panties on and suck it up and get the lift in. So that's why I wear this shit. And also I have my sushi socks.
Oh yeah?
That she gave me.
Yes, I did.
And I wear these because we're going to get sushi after this lift, and it goes straight to the glutes. You want to say anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Oh, this is Lauren. Oh my gosh, that was so rude of me. That was so rude of me. I'm not
rude. I want
rude.
you to know who I am though. Like.
If you follow me, y'all know. So she works out with me every Saturday. Right now we're actually doing her Saturday workout, which we have been doing every single Saturday except for the Saturday that I worked out with Blue and John. So we're just in here. We're gonna beat the logbook, which means
I'm gonna do more than we did last week.
there we go. I wanted her to fill that in. I wanted her to say something. All right, you guys, let's get it.
All right.
So we just finished up our leg day. We are obviously going to go get sushi because that is what I do every Saturday. And it would not be a Saturday if I did not get sushi. But we are going to answer three questions to be exact, that I got from my Instagram Q&A that I did. There are three questions that I felt that we could like go in depth with. So it's going to be like a little sushi and talk. What is that called? Mukbang? It's going to be a fake mukbang. Stay tuned.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Is that how you say it? Mukbang? Mukbang? Are you recording? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't even know what that is. It just
it's like the okay.
It sounds like a dirty word to me.
If you know how to say it, put it in the comments below, like the pronunciation. But I know y'all know what I'm talking about. They have like the YouTubers that do like the ASMR, and then the mukbang, where they just eat and talk. And when you're in prep, you watch these kind of videos because you're really hungry and you like watching people eat food.
Now people are gonna think she's in prep.
I'm not in prep. I am not in prep. I'm not in prep. So, one of the number one questions that I get all of the time, probably like once a day, is how I track my sushi. Today, I'm not tracking my sushi at all. It's like my intuitive meal day. So I'm not tracking it. But when I get rolls, I'm not getting like the fun rolls with like fried food and like cream cheese and all the sauces on top. I literally get like the cleanest roll with just raw fish and rice. So I found there's a entry in MyFitnessPal that says Benihana Rainbow Roll, and I track every sushi roll that I get no matter where as that, because it pretty much aligns with what I'm going to get. And then if I get 2 of the rolls, depending on the size, like how much rice it is, I'll just do like 1.5 or 2 rolls, and I just kind of like eyeball it because I know that each roll probably has about a cup of rice in it, which is 140 grams, which is about 40 grams of carbohydrates. So I'll just base it off of that, and then if I need to add any extra like fat, I'll just plug in like fat grams. But I rarely have to do that, and I'm so consistent. I eat it all of the time that like it doesn't really matter.
If it's inconsistent, it's consistent.
It's consistent. Yeah, it's gonna be the same. But if I'm tracking,
I'm super specific and I eat the same thing every single time.
thank you.
And do you want to go ahead and order it?
Sure.
Yes.
We can order real quick. Do you know what you want?
You want spicy tuna cucumber wrap.
2 of them today.
Actually, so do you want steamed rice or
And
no?
I do want steamed rice today.
Okay.
Yes, girl. It's Saturday.
Okay. And then for
She
you?
knows. She knows.
I know. I have to remember. Let's see. So you and you right now. Let's see if I can remember more. Okay. So what do you like? Oh, am I on the video too?
Yes.
Oh, am I getting popular?
Yes, you're popular. You're so popular.
Thank you.
Tell them what they always order.
They order, okay, she have the rainbow roll with no avocados, add cucumber, and she wants tiger rolls with no crunchy and light on the sauce.
You heard that? No crunchy, light on the sauce.
She's behaved.
Yep.
And then she wants spicy tuna roll with no rice but cucumber wrap. She wants 2 today with side of steamed rice.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are welcome.
You're
You
the
shouldn't
best.
get menu next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's like, yeah, why do we don't even need
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, here, I'm gonna go get it, okay?
Thank you. So yeah, if we're tracking, we'll bring our food scale. Like, if you're in prep and you want to go out to eat, like you just gotta roll with the punches. You gotta bring the food scale, okay? Just let the people know, let the friends know, and weigh it out. I think the best thing to do is to get sashimi. So that's just like the plain raw fish, and you can actually weigh out like how many ounces of fish that you get, and then weigh out your rice and eat it like that. Or if you get the same thing, like you said, it's consistent, so it's not going to make a difference if you eyeball it the first time and you just keep tracking it as that. I hope that was helpful. One of the other really big questions that I guess we both get is macros versus meal plan. And I started on meal plan, and then I went macros, and now I'm back to meal plan. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick but as helpful or as thoughtful as possible. When I first did a meal plan, I followed it to a T until I started to learn about macros. So I didn't know anything about what macronutrients were, which are your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. When I got my first meal plan, and so I was following it to a T. But the kind of person that I am, if I'm going to do something, I want to like research everything about it to be the best at it. So I followed Paul Ravella, and at the time he was putting out so much content about macros. So I started to implement that flexible dieting style into that meal plan. So once I did that prep, I was like, I think for my next prep, I want to go macros. So I hired Nick Comadina. Love Nick. He's great. We did macros, and I did a whole off season and prep doing macros. And once you get into like the depths of prep, you end up creating like your own meal plan anyway. But now where I am, I just feel like none of that matter. Like having fun foods and fitting other things like into my meal plan, like it doesn't matter to me anymore. And like I just have so many digestive issues that like I want these fun foods, and then when I fit them in, like I don't feel great. I don't have my best training session. So I wanted to just go back to the basics, like just eat the same thing every day, kind of be told what to do and not really have to worry about it, because I'm at the point now where like I'm just an athlete. Like the things that I'm doing in my life, like day to day, is just to be an athlete and just to go pro. And I don't need like any of the fun foods and the fluff and this and the that. Like I just want my coach to give me a protocol, and I just want to follow it, and I just want what I want to come to fruition. So for me, I like don't even have to think about it. I know what I'm eating is going to digest well. I know I'm going to have a great training session with it. But I do have a day today where I can just kind of do whatever I want, eat whatever I want. And even on these days, I'm still kind of learning like what the best free meal option is for me. And some days I'm still like, you know what, the cheesecake is worth it. I'm just gonna have the cheesecake. My digestion's gonna be off, but I have the cheesecake. So that's my thoughts on it. But Lauren,
I did my first prep, which that was an experience in itself, with a meal plan, and then I followed it to a T because that's just what you do. It was a cookie cutter meal plan from a coach that was horrible. So did that, followed it to a T, and I felt so restricted when it was over that I literally just went balls deep. As soon as prep was over, I was eating everything and rebounded real hard, so that was not fun. And then I eventually switched over to macros with another coach, and at that point I was a lot more like flexible and fitting in those fun foods. Where fast forward to now, I still do macros, but I honestly just create a meal plan for myself. So I eat the same things literally every day, and I eat the things that I know my body likes and digests well. So I'm not eating, I don't know, protein fluff
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cereal. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with cereal, but it's just I don't love cereal. So I just fit in foods that I like, that are basic, create the meal plan for myself, and I follow it. So I'm not going to eat things that are going to make me feel like crap. I don't want to feel like crap right now. So that's just how it is. So there's also, I think it's also important to say that when Liz did her when she was tracking macros, she was also pretty much following a meal plan for herself. Like it wasn't like she was just eating whatever and going willy-nilly. She still had structure.
I did. And I think for me, almost...
I thought of one more thing. Okay. And also, I think meal plans can be good once you already have that nutrition knowledge. If you don't know what is in the foods that you're eating and you're just following it because someone told you to, that's like not setting yourself up to like learn or be successful.
Right. I think that's good. For me though, I wanted to say coming out of prep, I think was the harder part for me. Because, I mean, you're still hungry, you're reverse dieting, you know what I mean? And I became so food focused, like as my food was increasing, not because I was hungry, I was hungry, and it wasn't like I was going to cheat and like not like go past my macros. It was like I felt this weird pressure to like, oh, now that I'm bulking and I do macros, what fun foods should I like fit into, so I can show other people that like they can eat whatever they want. You know, like I was trying to like make my food more creative and more fun for everyone, to show them that they can eat what they want doing macros and still be successful. But it's like that wasn't like to me that doesn't matter. Like I was doing it for other people, I wasn't doing it for me. Like for me, I just want to eat to perform, to be the athlete that I want to be. It's not like I don't care about having the funnest food, or I don't care about my food tasting great.
Did you see I did a full day of eating on my story with It Was That Thursday. Oh my gosh, it was boring. It was not fun. And I still posted it because I'm not going to eat something just because other people are like, want to see fun stuff.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Be boring. Be boring.
Yeah, be boring.
Yeah.
Also, I am with Ryan Hinton now. I forgot to say that earlier. But going back to the protein fluff, I want to just, what's it called when you plug? I'm going to shameless plug Justin Mahaley's podcast, where he talks about how bad for you protein fluff is for your gut, especially when you're in prep. Like, everyone wants to do, you know, the high volume protein, but he has a great part in one of his podcasts where he talks about why this is a terrible idea. So you should go find that episode, Justin Mahaley, Grow or Die podcast. Listen to it. So the next question was by Angie something. I don't remember what it is. Sorry. But she asked me that if every time she weighs herself, she gets really discouraged. She doesn't like the number that she sees on the scale. What are other ways that she can kind of see progress? And also, does she have to weigh herself in order to be in a fat loss phase, I guess? And my response to that is like, honestly, no. Like, tell me why you're weighing yourself. Like, are you with a coach? Are you giving your coach data? Because if you are, your coach should be able to, you know, tell you not to weigh yourself and give you other alternatives for that, step one. But if you're not, and you're just, you know, doing lifestyle and you're trying to lose some weight, I would say focus more on how you feel. That's going to be the biggest thing. How clothes are fitting you, how your energy levels are. Those are some really good ways to also see, you know, if you're making progress, because the scale is only one part of the story. There's so many reasons why the scale will be up. That has to do, did you poop recently? How much water have you drank? Are you overly hydrated or are you dehydrated? How late was your last meal?
Are you
what
stressed?
was your last meal? Are you stressed? Are you sleeping? What are some thoughts for you?
I would say I tell my FBK girls this all the time.
There you go.
The scale is only one measure of progress, so what are your progress pictures looking like? Are you having more energy throughout the day? Are you able to like do cardio for longer and have better stamina?
Yeah.
Are you lifting heavier in the gym? Are you things like that? There's so much more than just the scale. And
My favorite's pictures.
And if you're only focusing on the scale, you're going to miss out on so much more progress.
Yeah, I think before and after pictures are probably one of the best things. Like, whenever you start a journey, you're not going to feel good taking those pictures. You're going to feel like a potato. But
it gets better.
Yeah, like down the line, when, you know, you're going through the process, you're going to wish you had that starting picture. You're going to wish that you had that picture to show everyone where you started and where you are now. And it's also always a really good reminder to compare that picture. Like, whenever you catch yourself comparing yourself to other people and their journey, or you're just not feeling good about yourself, just be like, look how far that I've come. Like, this was, you know, day one, and now I'm here. I still do that. Like, I do that when I'm currently bulking and I feel like I'm not growing fast enough. And then even like when I'm cutting, I like look back on like my previous cuts and like where my body was. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. That's always like the most motivating thing. So this next question, someone asked me about, or to talk about my prep experience. And she said, mostly the diet and mental. I know it's not something competitors like to share, but I genuinely enjoy hearing about the adjustments that needed to be made. I'm almost 6 weeks out right now, and hearing about other people's experience helps me get through the suck phase. My first thing is everybody's prep is different. So you can't compare what one person's prep looks like to the next person's prep. And you can't compare how one person experiences prep, I guess, compared to how you're experiencing prep, because everybody's gonna, experience it differently. But I think you need to understand when you're going into prep that it's gonna be hard. Like, that's the choice that you are making, is to be in prep. So don't complain about it. Like, just go into it and embrace it. Like, on the days that suck, you should almost, this sounds kind of like sadistic, but like, you should almost be happy because you know things are happening. Like, when you are tired and you feel like dog poop and you don't want to keep going, like, you're probably about to hit a new low weigh-in. So when you feel like you want to do less or go over your macros or cheat, just know that, like, in that moment, if you just push through it, you're probably gonna wake up with a new low weigh-in in the next couple days. That's always been my experience. Like, when you feel like hot garbage, you know things are happening. You know. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about anything to add to that. I mean, it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
prep.
Also, I want to say, like, I think a lot of people get caught up on, like, the adjustments, the diet, and, like, always needing, like, your macros to be adjusted. Yeah. So, I just, like, want to remind people that if you're coming down, if things are happening, why make a change? There's no reason to make a change if it's working. So don't feel like your coach doesn't care about you. There's not a meal plan change or a macro change or a cardio shift or anything. Like, if it's working, and you should be happy about that. You shouldn't be stressed. If your coach is not worried, you shouldn't be worried. That's another thing. Don't create made up stressors in your head. If your coach isn't stressed, don't be stressed. Also, it's not a leanness competition. So don't be on Instagram looking up, oh, that girl's leaner than me, she's gonna do better than me. I don't weigh less than I did last time I was on stage, or she weighs this much and I weigh this much, because it's not about how lean you are, it's about an overall look. And if you come in too lean, you're probably not gonna be rewarded. That happened to me. I came in too lean in Oklahoma and I lost. But I learned. Yeah, that's
She
good.
pretty much just used all the content that she just told me on Monday, so.
Yeah.
I agree.
Trying to think some other diet things. Oh, don't try and come up. This kind of goes back to what we were saying. Like, when you're hungry, don't do the diet hacks. Don't be focused on, what, like, I'm getting hungry, what's a really good diet hack for, a sweet tooth curbing or something like that. Like, don't look for that. Just follow protocol. Stick to the basics, because
And the less you eat sweet stuff when you crave it, the less you're going to crave it in general. So,
I was about to say that.
so just cut back.
The more you eat it, the more you're gonna crave it. The more that flavor, I guess, is gonna be like on your palate. To where, if you replace it with something that's more nutritious, your body's going to thank you for it more so later. I got one. I also noticed that when you're really, really hungry and you're focused on, like, saving macros for later in the day because you're worried about being hungry later in the day, don't do that. Like, give in to that hunger signal. Like, even if it's sooner than you eat your meal, still eat if you're really that hungry, because it's going to end up satiating you for later. Rather than if you keep suppressing that, then you're going to macro hoard, and then you're going to eat that meal, whatever you were hoarding for, later at night, and then that could cause you to continue to be hungry and want to overeat more. Like, just give in to those hunger cues when you feel them, rather than being afraid that you're going to be starving later. Because chances are, regardless, you're going to be starving later. Like, it's prep. Did I say that right? Was that a good way to say that?
Yeah. I would just say, this is all I got that I can add to. Just keep yourself busy, you know, distract yourself. Do work, go for a walk outside, get out of the house, go to Target, you know, just don't focus on the hunger and just occupy your mind in other ways.
And when it gets really bad, go to sleep.
That too.
Take a nap. Try again tomorrow. Like, if it's 6 o'clock at night, who cares? Just go to bed.
Okay, my name is Gina, and if you like these videos, like and comment. Make sure subscribe, and then if you want to see me on the video, more me on the videos, leave on the comments, okay?
Good.
You guys have a great day.